Good morning, everyone. It's Robert from On My Turntable. Hope you're having a great morning this morning. It is Saturday morning. It's a coffee kind of morning. Sorry I've missed you the last couple of days with that work thing going on. But just thought I'd come back again with another video on a couple of albums I picked up on curbside. Ontario's still in a lockdown, so I can't go out and dig, so I have to order through curbside, but pretty straightforward process, obviously. And only picked up two this time, but two great ones, in my opinion. I think they're fantastic albums, and really happy to find them. Both sealed, not new albums, but sealed albums for sure. And one of them ended up being a colored album, which I didn't expect. It didn't tell me that in the description, so I was pretty pleasantly surprised on that one. Also, just for fun, wanted to show you some duplicate albums that I have. As you grow your collection, I've been given albums, boxes of albums. I've purchased boxes of albums unseen and end up with some duplicates. I take the best of the best out of those. Not that the duplicates that I have are bad, just some of the others, a better cover maybe, or better pressing or whatever. In some cases I've kept the duplicates because, again, different pressings. No, only a couple, like Zeppelin 4 and Abbey Road. You can never have enough copies of those albums. But for the most part, and I'm not really sure what to do with them. I've had them for a while. Again, I don't know what to do with them. I'm definitely keeping them for a while, storing them. They're all, for the most part, in great shape. And maybe the covers are a little rougher than the ones that I had, but if anyone sees anything, I'm not looking to make any cash on these at all. But or maybe a trade. I've been out looking for the Red Grand Funk album. I can't find it anywhere. I can find a CD and have it tomorrow, but I don't want it in CD. I want it in vinyl, or I don't want to pay an arm and a leg for that record. But I just thought it was fun to show you. I still want to continue my Albums to Discover series. That's the main focus of this channel. And I've got the Police Outlandish Doing More ready to go. And maybe that's later on this afternoon or tomorrow morning. Haven't decided yet, but definitely this weekend. And we'll see what's on the shuffle next. I love this series. It's great. I'm having a great time doing it. It's rediscovering all the albums that I have in my collection and learning about these bands as I go as well. So a lot of fun. So let's get started. So I've got a fair number of albums by this band, and I found the Kink's debut album, and this happens to be the 50th anniversary release of this album. This is the UK version. There's so many versions of this album that have been re-released. It's on beautiful black vinyl. It's a mono version. It's got that raw Kinks sound to it, and big hit, You Really Got Me, is on this one as well. And there's different versions of it. There's stereo versions of this album. There's US versions. There's UK versions. This is the US version of it. I left the hype sticker on it as well. You got Ray Davies on lead vocals, rhythm guitar and keyboards, harmonica. You got the great Dave Davies on lead guitar, backing and lead vocals. You got Paul Quaife on bass, I think that's how you pronounce his last name, and Mick Avery on drums. Jimmy Page is also on this one on a couple of tracks. John Lord on a couple of tracks as well, playing keyboards. You got a great session drummer in Bobby Graham, drumming on a few of the tracks as well. It's raw, it's bluesy, may not be technically the best, but it's a path towards their greater albums. Um, and it's got that classic "You Really Got Me," it still sounds great today. 50 years later, it's still a great sounding, gritty song. Um, you can tell the band was raw, but you can see the hidden talent in that band as well. You could tell there was greater things to come on their later albums. Um, it's a kind of a garage rock style. Great originals, great covers, well played, well sung. Ray Davies, an excellent songwriter. Dave Davies, an excellent guitarist. Um, and that great raw Kink sound that's so recognizable. Really happy to find that one and add to my Kinks collection. And secondly, when I saw this, the title of this next album, featuring two members of one of my favorite bands, I just had to get it. Sight unseen, really. I hadn't heard the album until I picked it up and was out yesterday, so I was listening to it on Spotify, and it blew me away. It just blew me away. It's amazing. We're talking about Gillen and Glover, two members of Deep Purple, Ian Gillan and Roger Glover. But don't think of this as a Deep Purple album. Don't think of it as a Rainbow album or Black Sabbath album, as all members were in, or all three bands. It's on beautiful yellow vinyl, and then there's actually some, you can't see it on screen, but there's some cool veins through the yellow vinyl. I didn't realize it was on yellow vinyl until I picked it up. There's the 80s looking Ian Gillan and Roger Glover. Again, two of my favorite band members from the great Deep Purple. But again, not a Deep Purple album, and definitely not a Rainbow album. So it's called Accidentally on Purpose. It's I believe it's in 1988 release. It's a superb album. I can't say enough about it. Ian Gillan, lead singer, of course, for Deep Purple, still going strong. Their latest album, Whoosh, just blew me away. How great his vocals are in his mid to late 70s. Also, for 2 years, he was in Black Sabbath as a lead singer. One of the best hard rock vocals ever. And he can still belt it out. Maybe not reaching that high notes as Child in Time, but still amazing. Roger Glover, bassist for Deep Purple. Great producer as well. Also played in Rainbow with Richie Blackmore. And amazing stuff. The title track, Lonely Avenue, appeared in the soundtrack for Rain Man, the movie Rain Man with Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise. So as I said, right off the bat, it's not a Rainbow album, it's not a Deep Purple album in any means. Although one of the tracks, or a couple of the tracks, could fit on the later Deep Purple albums. Their harder rock and edging track. It's an 80s style album with synthesizers, you got horns, you got saxophone, you got boogie woogie piano featuring Dr. John. Does an amazing job on this one. You got Ian Gillan, of course, on vocals, Roger Glover on bass and keyboards and guitar. Andy Newwork on drums, who played with Sly and the Family Stone and John Lennon and Pink Floyd and David Bowie, and a bunch of other great session players. I'm not sure if Roger Glover played any lead guitar. I know there's a couple of session guitarists on here, so they may have played lead on a couple of the tracks, but some great riffing going on in these tracks as well. Gillan and Glover wrote 8 out of the 10 songs, and Ian Gillan's vocal range again, and smooth style. He's got that swagger to his voice, and they're just having a good time. Just having a good time. This proves the range of both musicians, that they can go outside of their hard rock element and create a great pop rock album with some rhythm and blues, and again boogie woogie, a couple of harder tracks. How many times have you heard horns and sax in a Deep Purple album? It just doesn't happen. It's well produced, well played, definitely well sung, and Ian Gillan's got that beautiful soul voice that can sing anything. Of course, he starred in Jesus Christ Superstar in the operatic version of the great soundtrack. He's just got that amazing style and vocal range. And Roger Glover, solid bass player, great rhythm section. I just love it. I just love this album. It's a unique gem. It's a surprise. It really is a surprise, and happy to find it. Again, when I saw these two names up here, I said, "Oh, I got to get this one." Again, sight unseen. I hadn't heard the album yet, but I'm so pleased to find this album. So happy to have it. Such an enjoyable adventure. So let's just quickly show. I don't know how quickly it's going to be, but I'll show you some duplicates that I have. I may not talk too much about the albums, but because I've got a bit of a pile to go through here, but we'll see. And it's just something fun to do on a Saturday morning. What else are you going to do? It's kind of rainy out there. It's blistery. There's not much sun out there. Again, I've got my other Albums to Discover series ready to go, but I just wanted to have some fun this morning. I didn't want to really prepare too much. I had a rough night sleeping last night, so here we go. So, the great Stormbringer from Jethro Tull, and this is in great shape. I haven't cleaned any of these yet, but the vinyl in most of these are excellent. So, Stormbringer. This is a newer version of Thick as a Brick. I've got the original with the actual newspaper style. This is just a gatefold. With still some stories, but the newspaper style is an actual folded out newspaper, but Thick as a Brick. Songs from the Wood, another great album. I love this album. Pardon me. Little tear in this one at the top. This is Gentle Giant Interview. This is a great concept album by Gentle Giant. About an interview, basically, and they created an album around this. It's really good, really good stuff. But again, a little bit of wear at the top, but the vinyl itself is in really good shape. Bloodshot, Jay Gal's band. Aaron Mutha Elamar gave me a copy of this one as well as VCLT, and absolutely love it, and surprisingly I got this as a duplicate, but yeah, it's really great album, really great. And his was a red vinyl as well. This is a black vinyl. I guess I kind of got out of line here. This is War Child, one of my favorite Jethro Tull albums. Amazing album. Every picture on here represents a song within the album, which is cool as well. You got War Child in the middle there. Amazing stuff. Skating Away on the Thin Ice of the New Day. This guy down here. Awesome stuff. Great Canadian band, Lighthouse. Can you feel it? This is kind of Canada's version of Chicago, but rockier. No ballads going on. And Pretty Ladies on this one. Big hit for these guys. And yeah, it's a great album, Lighthouse. Again, a bit of tear on this one, unfortunately, but this is another great album. This is Gentle Giant, Freehand. When I got this box of albums, Randy, my friend, said that his son was using the case of the albums as a footrest as he played his video games, and he's really peeved that a couple of the albums like this one got destroyed at the top, but the vinyl is still in great shape. And got the original got the original sleeve with it as well. A little rough, but it's on Capitol. It's in great shape. But yeah, so he was a little miffed that his son did that to this album. But again, the vinyl is still in good shape. Next up, I'm still trying to find information on this guy. I know he's a Canadian artist, and I think he's more, I'm not sure what kind of style he is. This is Keith Mackay, Rumors at the Newsstand. And it's more of maybe a boogie woogie type of album, but it's really good. But great shape as well. Speaking of great shape, this is the great album Focus, Moving Waves. You got Hocus Pocus on this one. Again, great shape. Yeah, these are all duplicates. This is just 16 Rock vocal greats. Just kind of threw this one in. You've got Spencer Davis Group with Stevie Winwood. Long John Baldry, Jeff Beck and the Yardbirds, Roy Gallagher, Jimi Hendrix, James Taylor, Eric Burden and the Animals, Brian Auger, Eric Clapton and the Yardbirds, Rod Stewart, Jack Bruce, Ginger Baker, Liverpool Roadrunners. All kinds of great tracks on that one. Great album by Huey Lewis and the News. Sports. This is damn near mint on this one. A little bit of cover breakage at the top, but no wear on that one. Got the soundtrack to Grease. Double album. Olivia Newton-John and John Travolta. Grease Lightning, as my kids used to call it. Weekend Warriors, Ted Nugent. Great album by Ted. As crazy as it was. Yeah. As crazy as he is. Edgar Winter Group. Shock Treatment. You've got Animals, River Rising, Rock and Roll Woman, Some Kind of Animal, Easy Street. Amazing stuff. Rick Derringer is on this one as well. Awesome stuff. The Minglewood Band. This is Moving. This is in great shape. Rattle and Hum. Some ring wear on here, but the vinyl itself is in great shape. Great album. One of my favorites by U2. Great album. Glass Houses, Billy Joel. Another great album. How about this one, Laura Branigan? I've never listened to this one actually. It was just in my collection that I got. This is the album Self Control. I'm not even sure of any of the hits that are on here, but it's in amazing shape, like it's never been played. Speaking of Rick Derringer, All-American Boy, the great guitarist for Edgar Winter Group. And you got this great gatefold. Great rock album. Tarkus, Emerson, Lake and Palmer. Another gatefold on this one as well. Awesome album. Mahogany Rush. This is an amazing album as well. This is World Anthem by the great Frank Marino and Mahogany Rush. The Alan Parsons Project, Robot. Another gatefold. There he is there. Frank Zappa, and this is Overnight Sensation. I've got a brand new version of this one, so it was cool to find a duplicate on this one. But again, great shape on that one. El Loco, ZZ. Amazing album. I've got it in both CD and vinyl. Awesome stuff. Dark Side of the Moon. Again, some ring wear, but the vinyl is in great shape. And of course, another great gatefold. Foreigner 4. This is probably one of their more commercially successful albums. You've got Jukebox Hero, Waiting for a Girl Like You, Urgent. Yeah, awesome stuff. Foreigner 4. Styx, Grand Illusion, one of my favorite albums. I've got a colored version of this one. This is the third version of this album that I have. It's on A&M. But yeah, love Grand Illusion, one of my favorite Styx albums. As well as this one, Supertramp, Crime of the Century. Amazing album. Got the 180 gram version of this one, still with the insert. Meaty Beaty, Big and Bouncy, the great compilation album by The Who. All their hits on there, the earlier hits. Awesome stuff. Van Halen 1, one of my favorites. Bad Company, Straight Shooter, another great album. Another great album. Feel Like Making Love, Shooting Star. Yeah, awesome stuff. Rod Stewart, Footloose and Fancy Free. Gets some great shape as well. Great Canadian band Triumph, Rock and Roll Machine. This is damn near mint as well. For a copy. Rocky Mountain Way, the big cover on this one. Awesome stuff. They do a great version of that one. This is just like a K-Tel type of thing. I didn't know what to do with that one. I won't show you that one because I'm missing an album on this one. Jim Croce Collection, Greatest Hits on Jim Croce. Bad Boy Leroy Brown, I Got a Name, Time in a Bottle. Working at the Car Wash Blues. Have to Say I Love You in a Song. Operator. Don't Mess Around with Jim. All the big hits on that one. Relayer, yes. The cover's kind of, it looks like it got a little damp. It's a little worn, but the vinyl inside is really good. But you don't listen to the cover. Another Styx album, Crystal Ball. Finally got a newer version of this one. This one's been around the block a bit, but again, the vinyl sounds good. Billion Dollar Babies, Alice. It's missing the dollar or the $1 billion inside, but the vinyl is in great shape. Another great Billy Joel album, The Stranger. This is an amazing album. I love it. Moving Out, The Stranger, Just the Way You Are. Scenes from an Italian restaurant. That's all on side one. Only the Good Die Young. She's Always a Woman. Get it right the first time. Everyone Has a Dream. Great album. Billy Joel. Love Stinks, The Kinks. Sorry, the Jay Goss Band, The Kinks. What am I talking about? Love Stinks, Jay Gals Band. I was trying to rhyme Stinks with Kinks. Still with the original gatefold in it. Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. Great, great album by Elton John. One of my favorites by him. It's got that tri gatefold double album. Awesome stuff. And finally, a great album by Jefferson Starship, Freedom at Point Zero. This thing's in damn near mint condition as well, with the original inner sleeve. Mickey Thomas on that one. So there you have it. There's just a couple of great duplicates that I have, as well as a couple of great album finds. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Love you guys very much. And thank you again for all your great comments, your support. You guys are amazing. I'll talk to you again soon. Bye now.